Welcome back, everybody. This is Sarcasm Speaks. It's Jared and Bob. We are coming at you on a nice Saturday matinee for us. If you know anything about us, you know uh, it's Masters weekend, so we're not going to record on Sunday night and miss the end of the Masters. So you can just sit around and enjoy it. Um, Interesting so far. I tweeted this out yesterday, but through the first 2 days, everyone's oh, this guy is sneaky, or look out for that guy, or everyone look out for this, or everyone's sleeping on this guy, or this guy could, find his way to be in the mix in the end. All of them sucked. For the most part, at least, those guys were Bobby McIntyre, Phil Mickelson, Sepp Straka, Russell Henley, which Russell Henley was probably between Phil and Henley were the bigger surprises for me. One, because Phil historically has done pretty well at Augusta, and as well as Russell Henley. And Henley had just been playing really good going into this. But I don't have the tweet up in front of me, but I think at that time Russell Henley was like 8 over. Sepp Straka was like 6 over. And I think Bobby Mack and Phil were both 3 over. And I think they all missed the cut, if I'm correct.
I think that's factual.
And then the opposite was true for a guy, myself included, right? Everyone was shitting all over in Max Homa, who has been playing dreadful since like midway through last season. Um, just the poor guy can't get out of his own way. Because I heard, I think it was Ian Mack, maybe, that was talking about Homa, or I saw it on someone on Twitter, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, it's because he changed, clubs. He changed over to Cobra and all this stuff." And yeah, I mean, I'm sure that has a little bit to do with it, but people forget, right, that he really was playing poorly at the end of last year. Um,
I don't
so
think he played very good in 2024 either. I mean, good enough, but not
yeah,
this bad. Like
I think
he
that,
has
well,
been
the first
dreadful.
half of 2024 he was okay, but the second
2023
half,
was the year that I think people remember
yeah,
because he was like West Coast a lock,
yeah,
top 20. He won probably at Riviera.
he finished like
Uh,
T6 at the
because I know I
Masters, I
was
think,
betting
that
him, and
year.
like I bet him to win the Masters like very early.
Yeah.
That might have been like one of the first legal bets I placed. I think I went to um rent the where the fuck is it?
Yeah,
Plainville.
Plainville. Yeah.
Um I went over there and I think I took like him to win each major. I took except the Open Championship or something. Or I think I took him Masters US Open. I took Kepka at some point. I took Jason Day when he wasn't even in the field. So it's like 2023, he was playing really well and he backed it up. Um, and so he was very, very, very mediocre last year. Um,
He was
and
flat
he's
out
been
bad in the second half.
dreadful
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
And I was talking, so it was funny because I pulled up like his odds to like miss the cut
Hmm.
and I was about to pull the trigger. I go, you know what? I go, this is actually the perfect situation where he makes it. And I
Yeah.
know that's the way I think. Like I know that I'm always looking for what's the narrative and how do I fade it?
Right.
And sometimes you can't, and then it's not every, I don't want to fade every narrative either. Like this week was not the week to take Rory to miss the cut because
Right.
he's been playing too good. Now,
Right.
whether he wins or not, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Like that double double or double par double finish he had
Yeah.
the other day is fucking stupid. But um he's playing too good to have like gone too far that way. But that's why I was sitting there. I go, you know what? Maybe Homa makes the cut. I go, I don't think it'd do anything, but maybe he makes it. I go, because,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. It was the caddy. That's what did it for me. I go, everyone's gonna see. Doesn't have the equipment.
Yeah.
Personal life hasn't been playing good. Oh, his best friend's off the bag, and I'm like, that usually sends it the other way.
Right.
Usually.
Right.
Um, and who the hell knows? I mean, like, so I don't want. I mean, I don't want to shit on a guy I don't know. but Homa doesn't really strike me as like a tough as nails kind of guy.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
doesn't. He strikes me as like a soft LA guy. So I'm sure he's nice to everyone he meets. I'm sure, and you know what? I mean, he's a sarcastic prick at times too. So I'm sure he'd be a fun hang.
Yeah.
But I could see him really struggling with playing like shit and having his best friend on the bag, like not earning money and straining their friendship because that was obviously a big deal. So it's like
Right.
maybe for the better. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And then you never know. You also never know what's going on at home. I mean, his wife announced that they're pregnant again, so it's like maybe he's just not figuring it out. But yeah,
yeah.
so that was the thing is like I didn't end up placing the bet, and obviously I got on a plane on Tuesday, so I don't have anything going. I
Yeah.
have some bets today. I think I took Rose over DeChambeau
Okay.
for the fourth round. I think I just put $5 on it. I
For the
didn't
fourth round or the third round?
for this today,
Today.
third
Yeah,
round.
third round.
I think it's Rose over DeChamp, right? They're the final pairing.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think I took them.
Yeah, because
I think I sorry, I think I took him.
Scotty bogeyed 18 yesterday. So
Yep,
he was in a tie with DeChambeau and then he fell off.
yep. But yeah, so it's like this year, which this is my type of year, right? Like I don't want fucking Bobby Mack going on a run because
I don't
the Scottish lefty, like the lefty
I don't
Scottish
want the
hammer. Like
leaderboard going into, Saturday afternoon to be Bobby Mack, Sepp Straka, and Russell Henley.
so
Like it's not
I'm
what I'm looking
I'm
for.
I like when good players play well.
Yeah,
Now
same.
you got to win
Me
at
too.
some point, but again, that's why you have the Scottish Opens and these other events. Dude, I've so obviously I was down there and we'll get to that, but I assume right we'll get to that in
Yeah.
this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. Yeah. I figured
Um
this would be our Masters
yeah,
episode.
that's fine. So I was down there, so I was watching old Masters rounds. Just something I wanted to do. And the one that kind of got me was 2011, Charles Schwartzel.
hmm
And I'm like, I don't think I've ever like watched that because it was before I got back into golf. Like I got back into it like late 2012. So I remember Bubba Watson winning with the hook shot,
Yep.
but I don't think I watched that. I definitely watched Adam Scott. I know for a fact I did. So it's like,
Yeah.
I think late 2012, I got back into it. And like, Chris used to have it on at work because I think Tiger won. He won 5 times in 2013. I think he won a handful of times in 2012 too.
Yeah.
Um, so it was always on. It was always on at work when Tiger was playing. So I went back. I watched like Charles Schwartzel, and it's like, so down the rabbit hole. Generally speaking, at the Masters, good players are there at the end. Like
Right.
Ben Crenshaw was always a fucking threat.
Right.
Seve, always a fucking threat. Jack, no matter how old he was,
Right.
always kind of like flirting around there.
I mean,
Greg
kind of
Norman,
the same thing with Tiger up until his, third fucking
yeah,
like
yeah.
career-ending injury.
And that was the thing is like even after his dominance, he could always show up there and threaten. Like, dude, he was
You knew
there
he
in
was,
2011. He
yeah.
was there in 2013. He was there. He was probably there in 2012, I assume.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Like,
look up right now all of his finishes at Augusta in his career.
yeah, and it's like the only thing with him though is sometimes his finishes get skewed because he might uh he might have needed like a birdie finish and he finished like par bogey or something.
Yeah.
So it like sends him down to like fourth, fifth, sixth, whatever. But dude, he was there and I assure you he was there in 2011.
He was T4 in 2011.
Well, I think he took the lead at one point. A bunch of guys did. There was like a five-way tie in 2011. Um, he was definitely there in 2013, but I think he went on like an early run
Yeah, he
and then
finished
just
T4 in 13 also.
yep.
T40 in
2012,
12.
yeah, okay. So I didn't remember seeing him in 2012. I think that's probably all of the modern ones that I've
Was
watched.
that the knee year? His
Which
knee was
one?
2012, the knee surgery.
No, I think he was healthy, just
Okay.
didn't play well.
Because he had his back surgery late 2013, right? And he missed all of 2014 or
He definitely missed
most.
all of 2014. Well, so he won. he won 5 times in 2013. So
Okay.
if the back was a problem, it was probably like very late.
Yeah, okay.
Um, but he missed all of 14. He had the yips in 15.
And then
He may have missed 16 and
he missed
17 as
16
well.
and 17 as well. Yeah.
Um, and then by 18 and 19, he was winning events again.
Right. And then obviously he fucking drove his car off the
2021,
road
yeah.
in 2021. But so he had a stretch from 2005 to 2011 where he did not finish worse than T6.
Yeah, and but even like independent of him because he's a bit of an anomaly, but it's
Right.
like, Phil was always there. Like Ernie Els never won one, but he was a runner up a bunch.
Right.
Like
Right.
Marco Mira, like years before he won, was kicking around there. Bernhard Langer always there. Like the same guys were kind of always there. And if you want to tell me
Bernhard
the
Langer
fields
was
weren't as
kind of
good,
in it. What was that, 2018?
I
When
think it
he,
was 13. I think it
tw
was 13. It was one of the ones I watched.
I remember there was like Bernhard Langer was like, he finished like top 10. Well,
Oh
actually,
yeah,
no.
him
I
and
think on the
Couples
last
snuck
day he kind
some.
of fell apart.
Yeah, they run out of gas in the final. But like Fred Couples was like final pairing Saturday, like
Yeah.
2015 or 2014, 15, 16, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like that's the thing you see is like, and so this is the best one that we didn't do. So I didn't place that Max Homa bet.
Hmm.
Well, actually, to make the cut wasn't worth it, so that's why I didn't place it. So I guess credit one in the win column for the bet you didn't place. Um, we were sitting there at work. Justin Rose is up there, and Chris goes, "What do you think about Justin Rose?" I go, "Honestly, dude, I go, he seems like the guy where if it's not going to be a Top Gun, he's one.
Right.
He's not won at Augusta, but he is lost in the playoff, and he's got another second. I know for a fact. Plus, I mean, dude, the dude's been around.
Yeah.
So Chris
He won
placed
the
it,
US Open in
2013.
13.
Yep, at
Yeah.
Marion.
Yeah.
Um,
Look at me. I'm getting my fucking autistic stats down.
oh, so you can read the back of my shirt. All the Masters winners are on it. Um, in the do yeah, we'll get anyway. But yeah, so it was like so Chris placed it, I didn't because I'm like, oh, I just don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I was so like, well, I can't bet after Monday, so I'll just like not place anything. It's like, why? Or something scared me on Rose, I think. Oh, you know what it was? It's like no, everyone's approach numbers is 175 and out or
Yeah.
175 to 200. Rose is like 180th.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. Maybe some of those numbers don't matter. Anyway.
Right.
Um, and it's funny because it's like when you listen to Sammy P, like Corby does modeling, and his
Right.
modeling is fucking good, but like his modeling is crazy. Like
Yeah.
regular people on Twitter can't do what Corby does. Sammy P doesn't model.
Right.
He's more like, I guess what would if modeling and mathematics is the harder side of betting, Sammy P is the softer side of betting. Like, what's the market? What do people what do we like?
Right. Right.
What's the coaching advantage? Like stuff like that. So it's like,
Yeah. Where the
and
like the possible edges, right?
yeah,
Like
and like the
this
more, or
guy,
it's like,
or
what's the narrative? What do people think? What are people saying?
he's a guy too that will take, if say Brooks Koepka is 35 to 1 and Adam Scott is 35 to 1, right? Like say they're equal. He'll look at it and be like, those guys should not be equal. So then
Yeah.
he'll make the argument.
He
He'll
goes, so
take
where,
one of
yeah,
them.
which one is wrong?
Right, right. Like that's a lot of the stuff that Sammy P will do.
And that's the funny thing is everyone in golf because but if this and I've said this before to you and I've said it just in general, like everybody uses data golf.
Yeah.
So how the fuck do you get an edge? And I
I
think,
use BetSperts Golf.
well,
Shout
I
out
was
to
gonna say,
those
and I know
guys.
you use the rabbit hole, but like that's the other thing, like not for nothing, everyone's kind of using the rabbit hole. So it's
Right,
like, in my opinion, you can only use the rabbit hole. Dude, it's the same thing like when I go through lacrosse bets. And it's like, yeah, there are times where the better team is favored by 3.5. And it's like, I'm not betting that.
right,
They should be favored by 3.5. That's not the bet to place.
right, right.
Now, I may still be wrong, and that team. like it can go either way. I mean, they might win by 7, they might lose outright. Like,
True.
so it's like when the numbers match up, it's almost like you don't want that. Like
Yeah,
when
that's the
you
whole point.
see
You're
the
looking for
number one
something
player, I don't know who number
off.
one was. Oh, Shane Lowry. Shane Lowry, I think he's number one, 175 to 200. Or if not, he's like
Yeah,
very, very, very high up there. So if he was like 18 to 1, you don't want that player. That's reflected.
right.
You want to see, you know, someone that's not very favorable, someone
You
that
want Michael
maybe,
Kim, who's sixth, maybe from 175 to
yeah, and he's like
200, but he's like,
125 to 1, and you take
exactly.
him to finish top 20, or you take
Yeah,
him in his matchup, or like, because betting outrights is all luck,
right,
and you can't
right,
tell me otherwise. Yes, you can have some informed thoughts, but um, the market's fucked on that too, because then people look at like Scheffler, like, oh, I don't want to bet Scheffler outright.
right.
And it's like, why not? If he's the
Yeah,
most likely to win, you take him.
exactly. Yeah,
Now, I agree that it's a hard bet to place because I don't think he is 4 to 1 good enough to win, especially this year.
right.
Um, so yeah, I think that's where a lot of like the golf content misses the market. So I'm just like I'm fucking Knish right now. Like I see all the angles, but I didn't play anything, right?
Yeah,
So it's like I'm still formulating. I mean, dude, how long have we been betting on golf? 2020?
yeah,
2021. I mean, we weren't betting a ton of golf like when we lived in Mansfield.
yeah,
Like a
yeah. It
little
was
bit here and there, like
little.
maybe some outrights on the majors. We weren't doing a ton.
Yeah, no, it was mostly football at that point.
And a lot of it was in person, so it's like we weren't there on a Thursday. You couldn't take an outright.
Right,
And then by the
right,
time like, the tournament starts to settle, it's like, well, now what?
right.
Are you taking matchups? But then you're not there early enough in the day. So it's like we weren't betting a ton of golf. So it's like we may only have like 5 legit years of betting golf, like 5 years. We don't know anything.
Yeah.
We're effectively college graduates, which our
Basically.
professor was very sure to tell us. You don't know shit.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I mean, it's been well, the other one was John Rahm. That was the other one who I know today, as of Saturday when we're recording
He's
this.
playing all right right now.
Yeah, he started out on a hot streak. He
He
opened up
struggled.
three straight birdies.
Yeah, then he
And
three
then
putted to give it right back. But I
yeah, then he bogey and stuck in another birdie there. So he's back to I think one under, but
think he's one right now.
through the
Yeah, I
first two
mean,
rounds, he was two over, right? So Rahm was another guy where everyone was like, "Oh, don't sleep on him. Everyone forgets about him, all this other stuff." But
this is the thing. This would require a fact check. Outside of 2023 when he won, has he been, and I mean that with emphasis on that, has he
yeah,
been that good there? I don't think he has.
no, no, I don't think he has
Yeah.
either. So all that is to say that
Favorites and
this
heavy hitters, or
this
heavy hitters
year
and vets.
it continues the trend of betting since I'll call it September, right? Since the beginning of football season in 2024. Because I mean, we don't really
Weak
bet on
Eagles.
baseball, right?
No, we
Like,
don't.
or basketball either. So you can't take, for me personally, in my opinion, you can't really take it beyond September. But since September of 2024, it has been the year of the square, right? Like the public absolutely cleaned up in the NFL betting this year. We talked about that, right? Like left, right, and center, every way you look at it, it didn't matter because the square bet, the public bet was the right one more often than not, right? So here we are again, and we have an event like the Masters, and it's continuing, right? Like you said. And again, it's not that I'm mad about it either. I agree with what you said before. I would much rather see a leaderboard on Saturday afternoon of Rose, DeChambeau, Scheffler, McIlroy, and Rom and Thomas, right, than Henley, Straka, and fucking McIntyre.
Where's English?
Yeah, right. Like I prefer that for my leaderboard, but I'm just saying from a betting standpoint, it's continuing on for the year of the square, right? Like all of those sleeper narratives didn't fucking matter because they all missed the cut.
Do you think that there is any? So I gotta put on. your tinfoil hat. Do you think there's any truth to what I'm about to say? And do we think that this public narrative or whatever is just kind of propaganda? Because no one's betting Scotty Scheffler at 4-1. That's a great outcome if he wins.
Yeah,
People will bet Rory at 6.5, but like not the way that they're betting like Morikawa.
right.
Morikawa was the big one, I
Yeah.
think.
He was the one
And
I think
like,
everyone was like big brain in it, right?
yep, Lowry, Straka. And dude, Morikawa's played well there. Like,
Yeah.
probably well deserved. Now, I think his head's a little bit in a blender. Um, I don't like the media shit that he's been
I
saying.
think I think Colin is going through what Rory went through in 2023. With the
Yeah, I
whole
think he's a
live stuff when
little
he
bit of a
was
mess.
getting a little bit too involved in the
Yeah.
media.
Dude, and
Like
that's the thing.
I
Morikawa
think
has like tripled down on this. It's like,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
And
I
hey, of
think
course, our boy Roars had something to say. That
oh,
fucking clown.
of course. But I think if you're Colin, it's like, yeah, man, I already said what I said about it. I'm ready to take other questions, right?
Yep.
You almost have to Bill Belichick. We're on to Cincinnati it, right? I
On to
said,
Cincinnati,
like
Babalu.
I said what I said. Well, I'm on to Augusta, right? Like, you know what? It doesn't have to be that verbatim, right? But it's like, people are going to keep reporters are doing their job, right? So their job is to continue to prod and poke and ask questions. You know they're going to continue to ask questions. So how do you disarm them? By just not giving them the answer. And eventually they'll stop asking the question. They'll just ask a different question. So if you don't want to hear that same question anymore, you need to stop answering it. It's very simple, right? Like you can't get mad at them either because that's their job. Their job, again, is to ask questions. If they ask a question you don't like, ignore it, don't answer it, give them a response that they don't like, right? That they can't do anything with. And then they'll just start asking you different questions. Like, I'm not famous, right? Not even close. I'm just a regular old asshole. But like, I have enough common sense to understand that, like, that's how the media works, right? Like, stop giving them stuff to go on, and then they'll just stop talking about it.
But I do think, like, the year of the favorites, the year of the favorites. And it's like, I know all the ones got through in the NCAA tournament. I know
Yeah,
the Super Bowl
all
was Chiefs
four
Eagles.
ones.
Um, what was the college football final? Who was it? I don't even remember. Who even won?
Michigan.
No, that was two
No,
years ago.
no, Jesus Christ.
Ohio State.
Ohio State.
They probably got drilled a little bit on Ohio State because Ohio State lost to Michigan and no one liked them. But
Yeah.
like,
Who did they beat?
who the fuck? Oh, Notre Dame.
Mm, Christ, of course.
So
That's right.
I think the books did okay
Yeah,
because Notre Dame lost,
yeah,
and Georgia didn't get through, Texas didn't get through the SEC.
right,
Um, so they probably did okay, but I also think too the books don't get drilled the way that they used to because of all the prop bets, all of the parlays, all of the like. So when it's big public. I wouldn't be surprised. Again, here's my tinfoil hat without knowing the industry. This is a very uninformed opinion. I wouldn't be surprised if they're giving a little bit softer lines to draw you in to then make your parlays, your prop bets, your same game, like drop your futures, whatever. And then it's like it's all just a ploy for these sports, but like they can be a little bit softer on the lines. Like certain lines they can be
right,
softer on.
right.
Like Like you could hang a Kepka 33-1, knowing he's probably well, he didn't even make the cut, but like knowing he's probably not going to win this year.
Yeah,
Or like, that maybe shades to like 28 in normal year or like whatever. It's like but like now you can bet so many things that like I don't think you have to. And it's like for every like $20 on an outright, there's gonna be, I don't know, quadruple that in uh round bets and other stuff, and people are gonna get fucking drilled. Like,
yeah, yeah,
never mind the dead heat rules, like on whatever bets you take.
right.
Um, so yeah, it's like yes, it's been a very veteran and favorite led leaderboard so far. And like even a guy like Neiman's doing okay. Like I didn't think Neiman would play well at all
Yeah,
because
no, he's sitting plus
that
one
was
right
like the
now.
live golden child.
Right.
Like
Right.
for 3 straight years, they've been talking about Neiman. I think I think I like Neiman. I think out of the live guys, I think I like Neiman. It's like
Yeah.
it's not gonna be Neiman.
No. If anyone, it's Bryson.
Well, that's what we see right now. But like, and that was so. What did everyone say going in? I don't know if Bryson can do it here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said it. I think I said it to you on this show.
Yeah.
I go, I don't think Bryson can do it here.
Yeah. I love Bryson. I have him. I got him, what I say, 18 to 1 or 20 to 1 or something like that.
You probably got him at least 20.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, you're seeing, you know, who were the best players in the world last year? Roars, Bryson, Scheffler.
Right.
They're all top five.
Right.
So good
All
by me.
right. You want to wrap this up and give us your Augusta thoughts as your, is that
Yeah,
your final
so
thought?
so I went to the Wednesday practice round.
Hmm.
Um, I have some notes, some thoughts. Do you have any questions? Because obviously, so I've been back to back years,
Yeah.
so I don't have anything new to say, like pertaining to like the course, the holes, like
Yeah, I mean, outside
obviously
of the
the place is
crowd,
unbelievable. Like the
yeah.
place is like it's still like the most impressive piece of land I've ever stepped foot on, and what they've done with it's nuts, and the conditions are insane. And somehow they put green ice melt into like the pedestrian walkways down the grass. So and then like in the pine straw it's brown, like maroon.
Yeah.
It all blends in, but I think they got so much rain on Wednesday that they needed something for like texture because I didn't see that last year.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, like in terms of like the 18 holes of Augusta National, I don't really have too much to add.
Yeah. So, I mean, outside of obviously the crowds and the crowd size, and maybe that is the answer. Um, but what was the biggest difference? Like, did you notice like a big aura difference of people? Because I know it was just a practice round. It's not like it's, Sunday or, late Saturday or anything, but like, did you notice anything, any big differences between the women's AM and then the pros?
I mean, so they definitely let more people in, and there's
Mhm.
definitely more people like around. Like
Yeah, there's
that's
a
for
more of a
sure.
buzz, kind of.
Dude, honestly, it's just more. So this because this is the like I felt like there were just more people everywhere because we got in. So couple differences in terms of like logistics. So Chris and I walked because we stayed right on Washington Road.
Hmm.
Now, I think we paid $300 for a hotel before fees and whatever. That hotel is about like a buck 15 a night, and I think it's about 1,000 come Masters Week.
Yeah.
So Michaela got an Airbnb. We were 10 minutes from the golf course. Away, so Washington Road's like the main drag with the Hooters. We went in the other way. So Ubering, we just didn't want to do like we were like Ubering's a fucking disaster. Like let's not do this. So I learned from last year that getting there about 6:45 is probably too late.
Yeah.
Um, so I was like, you know what? We should just drive. I go, Ubering doesn't really help because the Uber still has to fight all the traffic and then they drop you off like a little far away. So I'm like,
Right.
let's just drive in. So I got up early. I was checking the GPS because the GPS is live to everything that's going on. So we got there and out of the car at like 6:25.
Okay.
They are pedestrian traffic control. Like pedestrians go this way. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
in the line is like babooing around all the cars, like serpentine. So it seemed like we were miles away at 6:25. I go, what the fuck time were people here?
Yeah. The night
It turns
before.
out I think that there were people who get special access, whether that is members, friends of members, weekly badge people, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because one line got in right at 7, maybe like 7:05 fucking 5. Gates open at 7. No one's going in. I go, why the fuck aren't we moving? Why aren't we doing like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Let's move. yeah, we were like a few yards, maybe like 70 yards from the gate. Like we were in and through security by 7:15.
Yeah,
And then you have to walk a little bit, so it's like they said the course opens at 7:30. We went and got like a coffee and a breakfast sandwich at like 7:20. And then we
yeah,
just went. Um so yeah, like getting in, driving's the way to go. Like it's if you sorry, driving's the way to go if you get there early. If you
right.
want to spend all day there, drive.
Yeah,
If you're not going to drive, I don't know what it's like if you're
right,
going to wait. And then getting out, it's a slow trickle, so it's no problem. Um, so that was a little different. Um, Came in the merch line that Chris and I saw last year that we were like, fuck that, we ain't waiting in that. Yeah, it was like double the size. So I'm like, nope, not doing that.
yeah.
So I have still yet to see the merch building. Now I probably could have seen it this year, but we ended up meeting up with Michaela's friend and friend of a friend. So the three girls went shopping. I go, I'm not doing that. So
Yeah,
they had like lists and they were getting stuff like, so I'm like, I don't care.
yeah,
I just don't care. I just don't care. Like I got a pin flag. So I'm like, and even
right.
that I was like, do I really need another one of these? I'm like, ah, fuck it, I'm here.
Yeah, why not?
Um, So haven't seen that. So yeah, I mean, I guess the only difference is I got to see some of the guys hit some of the shots that you see because we didn't see another person out there until the sixth green,
Yeah,
seventh hole. So we walked the course in order again, like I did last year. Um, Probably walked it a little bit faster because,
I've seen it.
um, well, that's it. That's the thing. It's like, you know, I'm spoiled, but I saw it last year.
Right.
So, and it's the most televised golf course probably ever. So, um, made our way down to 12. So we saw some shots into 11 green. We saw, or sorry, we saw some shots on 10. We saw some shots into 11, and then we sat in the grandstand behind 12 for a few minutes. And
Nice.
then after that, saw some shots from 13, walked over to 15, sat in the grandstand there. Um, yeah, and then just kind of like wandered our way back up because that's about the time that we were going to meet her friend. Um, and then so after that, I went with her father and we sat at the range, her friend's father. So me and him sat at the range for a while, which was kind of cool because the guys were warming up for the par three. So like the kids were hitting shots.
Yeah.
But the sneaky thing is the wives and girlfriends can fucking hit the ball too. Billy Horschel's wife is nasty.
Oh, really?
I don't know what she was hitting, maybe like a pitching wedge or like a 9 iron or something. She's fucking nasty. Like she could probably fucking beat him. Um, so
That's
yeah, it's like
funny.
a couple of the wives and girlfriends can play.
Yeah.
That was interesting to see like out on the range.
I
Um,
mean, it makes sense, right? Like, isn't like Matt Fitzpatrick's girlfriend on the LPGA,
oh,
or
I don't know.
she's a very good college golfer or something?
Yeah, I'm not sure
I thought I saw. Oh,
specifically.
that's right. You haven't watched Full Swing. That was on an
No.
episode of Full Swing.
Yeah, I mean a couple of them did play. Like
Yeah.
I've heard that, and but then the other thing too is like they spend so much time probably around golf courses that just by accident you gotta fucking
Right.
hit it somehow.
Right.
Um, so the big difference obviously is the par three was Wednesday.
Right.
So we just posted up on the fourth hole. We saw one hole in one from Tom Hoagie. That was pretty cool. It's the first hole in one I've ever seen. And then the sneaky thing about it, so obviously they have every detail covered.
Hmm.
When they come up from three, there's three or four security guards that go over by the water. So that when the kids come running down the hill, they deter them from running towards the water.
That's
So,
funny.
see, it's like four guys in yellow hats, and they would just under the rope get
Yep.
right over there. And like a couple times, you're like coercing the kid, like, oh, like
Yeah.
whatever, get the kid to run the other way.
That's funny.
Um, yeah, I mean, they've thought of every detail. on that
Yeah.
front. So the par three, I mean, so I didn't think I was gonna like the par three contest at all. I didn't. I just was like, I'm not gonna care about this, and I'm good. Um, it was fine. Like, it's fine. It doesn't do a ton for me,
Yeah.
but it was cool. I mean, we were also with the group, so that also kind of influenced it a little bit. Like, it wasn't just the two of us on our own. If it was just the two of us on our own, I wouldn't have stayed very
Right.
long. I would have
Right.
moved on.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean, again, we did it a little differently, but like kind of not really. And again, there was just way more people.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot.
Did you have the
It's a
pimento
lot.
sandwich?
No, I'm not eating that shit. And so I had, but here's the thing: I had the breakfast sandwich. It's good. It's a
Yeah.
breakfast sandwich.
Yeah.
It's a breakfast. Like the way people talk about the food. Listen, it's good. The food is good,
Yeah,
but
but it's only a dollar fifty.
let's not pretend like they're serving Michelin star shit though.
Right. Right.
It's good, but it is what it is.
Right.
It
Right.
is a sausage and bacon, egg and cheese on a bun, like a bulky.
Yep.
What you're imagining is exactly how it is.
Yeah. Just like Wacky Deli.
Yeah.
The triple play at Wacky Deli.
Yeah. So yeah, all in all, good time. I know the $1 million question that everyone's gonna ask me. Well, what was better? And I'm like, well, I don't know because the women's am is the way to see the golf course.
Right.
That is like if you want to see the course, that's the way because it's the least busy event.
Hmm.
If you want to see the guys hit the shots, then you probably need to strategically get to a practice round.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard, I think I've mentioned this before, but in my last job, I worked with a guy, the old guy who was like in his 80s that worked part-time for us as a freelancer. He had gone, I think, I forget whether he had gone to Augusta 3 or 4 times. Um, but he said the best time he had there was the practice rounds.
Yeah, I mean, so that's the other piece too. It's like the guy, everyone's like, oh, well, the guys are so laid back and da 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 whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but like they're still practicing. So it's like
Right.
they're not coming around and being like, oh, hey man, like where are you from? Like what do you
Yeah,
do for work?
yeah.
Like they're still practice. It's still a practice round.
Right, right.
So it's like, okay, so I will say, and then like, so it's to see the dudes hit the shots, but also to see the guys practice putting, chipping, pitching around the greens, like going through that practice type of routine. That was pretty interesting. Like we hung around the second green while Benon, Brooks Koepka, and I think Rafa Campos, they were going through like all the different putts, the different locations. The caddies were throwing the ball to see how it's going to react.
Yeah,
Benon's hitting these like short-sided chips, like 2 fucking feet in front of me. Like that was pretty cool to see that because, come tournament time, sometimes all these guys, I mean, they might hit 12 greens. So then
yeah.
they're just putting and moving on. Like, um, that was kind of cool to see that stuff. And especially at Augusta because like people forget that the TV doesn't do it justice. All the slopes and the change, all that. So that was definitely cool. If you're a person that wants to follow the action and see it there live, I'm like, I don't know what to tell you
Yeah,
because I assume tournament rounds are going to be a little fucking crazy. If you're just a regular person, you are not getting like first seat on the ropes in a prime location.
right,
And the other piece too is even if you get out there and you get like even second row on the 18th green where you can see everything, it's like if you disappear for a while, then you got to come back. You got to fight through the people and the other seats to get to your seat, which you need to find,
right,
and then you can finally like sit back down. And then even then, it's like you might not be able to see because there's still a shitload of people around. So
right.
I don't know. Obviously, the overarching theme is you take what you can get.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Like if you hit the
absolutely.
lottery and it's Sunday. that's what
You're
you get.
going. Yeah.
Well, you're going and you figure it out. You make the best of
Right.
that, which
Right.
I don't know what that is
Right.
because I've never been. So
I almost
like
kind of wonder if on a Sunday, you bite the bullet, you try and get there. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if the course doesn't open until a certain time, until 7, right? I was going to say if you get there at like 5:30 on Sunday, walk the course, do everything you got to do, and then maybe by like 4 o'clock, you sneak out of there and then watch the end of it on TV.
But yeah, I mean, again, so it really depends on like who you are and what you want to get out of the experience, right?
Yeah,
Because I still having been there and been to the country club and the Deutsche Bank, I still firmly, strongly believe the worst way to watch golf is in
in
person.
person. Yeah, 100%.
Um, so I could definitely see some value to getting there early. If you've never been, walk the course. It's going to take you like 2.5. Like if you hustle, it's like 2:15, 2.5. If you take your time, it's 3 hours. So if the course opens at 7:30, that's 10:30. People are playing golf by then, which
Right,
also means people have settled and people are chilling. Like I don't know what you're gonna get. Like if you want to go to
right.
Amen Corner, you're probably fucked.
Yeah,
And if you want 18 green, you're probably fucked.
right,
So I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know what it's like. But if you've never been, you see the place and then you're like, you know what? I'll just watch. Like I'll try to get in 16 grandstand, which you probably can't, but like I'll try to get over by 16 because then you can see the shots in from 15. You can see 16. That's a pretty good spot. Um, and then you say like, okay, I'm gonna duck out because I actually genuinely want to see who wins this thing. Then
right,
yeah, there's some value to that.
right,
It's why the Sunday tickets, even secondhand, are always less expensive than Friday, Saturday.
right, right.
Because but if people have the choice, I think they'd rather watch it on TV.
Yeah, agreed.
But again, if you hit the lottery and it's Sunday, then you just got to make the best out of it.
Right, right.
But point blank, if someone goes, "What do you?" It's like you can have whatever you want. One, you get one,
Yeah,
or you get two tickets one day, whatever you want.
right.
Name your shot. It really just depends on what you want to get out of.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Wednesday or Thursday is probably the best way too.
Yeah, I mean,
Because then that way too, right? You get the course. It's not super consequential, right? Like it's not Sunday. And everyone is there, right? By Saturday, Sunday, like say you really wanted to watch Brooks Koepka play the course and you got Saturday tickets, well, you missed the cut. So you're not going to watch
exactly.
Brooks.
So yeah, Saturday's tough. Yeah, I mean, and then, but like, so this is the thing though. If someone asks you the question, it's probably a different answer than someone asked me the question. Because if they were like, "Hey, do you want Tuesday or Wednesday?" I'll be like, "Give me Tuesday."
Yeah,
And it's like, "Oh, you don't want Wednesday?" It's like, "No, I've been to the par three.
right,
It's cool. Like, it was a nice thing." Um, with again, I'll take what I can get, but with the choice, I don't know if I need to do the par three again. I've
right,
done it.
right. Yeah,
And then if someone's like, um, or if you texted me and be like, hey, like someone gave me a blank check, like I just want to see the golf course. Like I don't know if I really care about the men hitting the shots, whatever. I'm like, well, then let's just buy secondhand and want tickets
right,
because that's the best way to bomb around. And I mean, those girls are nasty. They play a little differently. That's it.
right, right.
Um, so
All right.
that's the $1 million question people are gonna ask me is like, what was better? Like, what would you recommend? Like, whatever. I'm like, I don't know. It all depends on what you want.
Right, right. Okay. So my final thought is sticking with the golf theme here. I played my first Massachusetts round of golf yesterday, so that would be Friday. I had all intentions of just playing a quick nine, right? Like I went out to Chemawa, the course that's like 2 seconds from my house. Um, I get there, there's a decent amount of like the parking lot's mostly empty, but there's a decent amount of people on the front. Like as I pulled in, like I could see people were like scattered on the holes. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can just like pop out on the back, right? But by the time I got my bag out, put it on the cart, put my shoes on, walked up to the clubhouse. Like it was pretty wide open. So I get out there, and there was like an older woman, I don't know, probably in her like late 50s. Um, and she had just been right in front of me. She was going to play nine, and I talked to the starter, and he goes, "Oh, she's playing nine. You want to just go out with her?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't really care." She was like, "Oh, do you want to join?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine." I was hoping that like after like two holes, she'd be like, "Oh, why don't you just like go play ahead? Like you just go." Um, but she ended up actually being pretty good, and she wasn't that bad. She's a PT and like an acupuncturist. She's got her own practice in like East Providence. So like she was fine, right? Like I said, she was probably late 50s ish, but like I wasn't like, oh Jesus Christ, like leave me the fuck alone. Like she was fine, right? Like we got along. Um, Played the front nine, played decent, right? I had a couple iffies, to knock off the cobwebs. 'Cause I've only played 12 holes, right, in California in February when I was out there. Um, so, not too bad, whatever. And then we get to the ninth hole, and she goes, "Yeah, there's no one out here." She goes, "I think I'm going to play the back." She goes, "You played pretty well. Like, you want to play two?" And I was like, I don't know. Like, I was trying to see if I could make it home, but Amy was going out, and um, Mary took the wee baby Seamus out to, go somewhere with their family. So I was like, well, everyone's leaving. So yeah, fuck it. Why not? We walked the front in like an hour and a half. I think I teed off at 3 o'clock, and by 4:30, I was like, "Yeah, sure, let's go play the back." So I walked 18 for my first full round of the year at Chimau. Again, it's a shorter course, um, but still, my legs are a little feeling it a little bit today. Um, and shot an 82, right? So again, it's a shorter course. I forget whether it's a par 68 or 69. I guess it would be a 68 because I shot a 14 over. Um, and I think I was consistently either making pars or doubles throughout the whole round. No birdies. I might have made one bogey, like one or two bogeys, but it was either par or double basically all day on the hole. There was one hole I blew up on 14 it's the second of the back-to-back par threes, and I made a six, right? So, other than that, it was mostly pretty good. So, again, 14 over, walking 18 in the first full round of the year, first round in Massachusetts, and we're back. I think we're back. So can only go up from here or down, technically, if you're talking about scores. But um, yeah, like you said, I took advantage of everyone getting afraid of the snow because I mean, I also wasn't sure if I was even going to be able to play because I woke up yesterday morning and there was snow on the ground. So I was like, well, that's fucking pisser. Like, because I knew it was supposed to rain all weekend, which doesn't look like it's raining right now, but regardless, um, yeah, there was snow on the ground in the morning, and I looked at the tee sheet. I was checking the tee sheet online throughout the day, and there was just fucking nothing. Like every slot had like four, 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 four. There was one that was like two, three. Um, so yeah, I went out and I walked 18 also in 3 hours and 11 minutes.
Nice when that happens.
Yeah, that's how golf is supposed to be. And again, shout out to that lady. I don't remember her name. I want to say
Doesn't matter.
Karen. Yeah, it
Doesn't
doesn't
matter. You're
matter.
never gonna fucking see her
But
again.
she was nice. She was pretty good. Um, so couldn't get off the tee to save my life, which made it a lot fucking harder. But it is what it is. So here we are. That's gonna do it for this one. So thanks for watching. If you're on YouTube, hit the thumbs up above, hit subscribe wherever that is. Get us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. Twitter is Sarcasm_speaks. Facebook is Sarcasm Speaks. Check out the show notes, support the sponsors, support us. And until next time, good night, everybody.